All right, today's assignment, we're going to give you the next step into the final project for the line unit. What you're going to do is you read the following directions using the various patterns that you practice in your Echo drawing sheets or patterns of your own. You're going to fill in each section with a different pattern. So you can use your Echo drawing sheets if you want, or you can use patterns that you make up on your own. And remember, a pattern is just a repetition of lines or shapes. So for instance, in this first section, maybe I'm just going to do swirls, right? Swirls, longer here, here. And I'm just going to use line. We're not going to do any color in this worksheet whatsoever. Right? I'm just doing swirls. Okay, and the next part, maybe over here, I'm just going to make different types of line. I'm going to make thick, I'm going to make thin, but they're all going to be vertical lines. Okay. And they should take up the whole space. So for these bigger pieces, maybe I'm going to create something a little bit more ornate. I'm going to create like a large curve. And then maybe I'll put in a zigzag pattern. And then within the zigzag pattern, I'll make it maybe a little bit thicker. And then maybe continue that zigzag pattern. Okay. And then maybe I'll put in like a curve there. So continue the zigzag pattern here. Continue it again. Then I'm going to put a curve in. And then to kind of give it some depth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to color them in using my pencil. Because we don't want them to be all the same color. We want to actually be able to put some focus in. So maybe we'll use some cross hatching or hatching. Remember, hatching is when we use little lines to create shading. Cross hatching is when we use little lines and then we use diagonal lines to go across them. So for this one, it's kind of like hatching because all I'm doing is doing little vertical lines. And maybe for this one here, I'm going to do some cross hatching to shade that line in. And you can see it creates kind of like a different effect and texture to the two. So again, I'm going to do some cross hatching over here because this is my thicker line. And then maybe I'll color in parts of these little circles. Maybe make them look like bullseyes. It's kind of like a weird smiley face at this point. Okay. And then I'm going to, once again, kind of maybe create a different pattern. So maybe this time I'm going to use, we're going to use diagonal lines. No, let's try to do some curves again. So we're going to do some curved lines. Right? But maybe within each curved line, I'm going to create a diagonal line here. And then maybe I'm going to create some really loopy, swirly lines here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in these pieces to make those other lines pop. So I can get my design to look really, really cool. So the idea is to make each petal of this flower a different design. You're not allowed to do the same design over and over and over again. So you can't be like polka dot, polka dot, polka dot, line, 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 straight line, straight line, straight line, diagonal, 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 okay? Everything has to be done differently for you to get full credit on this assignment. This assignment is worth 50 points. So you want to make sure that you do a good job, that you do color in with the pencil. that you're not just doing stuff like this up here, okay? You want it so that it has kind of some depth to it. I'm realizing in here, maybe kind of go back with my designs. Sometimes if I don't like the way that they look, or they're not popping the way that I want them to, I'll go back in and put some other stuff in. See, it's making it kind of look a little more better. We're all ready. Maybe I'll put in, make this line a little bit thicker. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and kind of continue to finish up this flower while you guys work on yours. And by the end, I should have the end copy of what it looks like up on the website so you guys can see my example flower. Also remember, always put your names. If you're not getting credit for your work, it's probably because you're not getting credit for your name, you're not getting credit by putting your name on it. So, all right, if you guys have any other questions, just come up to the desk and ask myself or one of the TAs. We've all done this exercise before with you. And then tomorrow we'll go over what the actual final project will be for this line unit. That's all for now.